Hi class, today we have word problems for our distance. This is found in SWON 9-3. Our learning goal is today I will solve word problems relating to distance or length. Our first vocab word is the same that we've been having the last two lessons. It's U.S. customary system. That's the standard unit of measure in the United States. And then there's the metric system. That's the international or worldwide unit of measurement or system of measurement, international. Then we have conversion. That's going to be changing from one unit to another without changing the size. We have 1 foot equals to 12 inches, 1 yard equals to 3 feet, 1 yard equals to 36 inches, 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters, 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters, and then 1 kilometer equals to 1,000 meters. Okay, we also have our Y to help us with the US. 1 yard has 3 feet. Each foot has 12 inches. Each foot has 12 inches. Okay. Our steps for today is read the word problem. Then you're going to identify key information. When we identify it, we're going to be underlining, circling. Step 3, we're going to make a plan to solve that problem. And then you're going to convert the units when needed. Okay, I'm getting out a red pen, so you're going to pause. You're going to watch. This one says, during the school sport day, 2 children did the standing long jump. Adam jumped 84 centimeters and he is 130 centimeters tall. Sally jumped 96 centimeters and she is 117 centimeters long. How far were both jumps together in meters? So I'm going to box this meters. That's what I need to convert to. That's important information. I'm identifying that important information. The question is asking how far were both jumps. I am going to underline how far each jump was. Adam's jump was this far, and Sally's jump was this far. Okay. Again, we're asking how far were the jumps. Did it ask anything about the height? No. So I'm going to cross that off so we don't get confused with the height. And 2 children, that doesn't matter either. So we're only going to focus on this 84 and 96. When it asks for something together, it means that we're going to add. So I have to add our centimeters first, then convert to meters. Okay, so we made a plan. We're going to add it first. We're going to do that now. So I have 84 plus 96. 4 plus 6 is 10. So I have my 0 here. I carry my 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay, so I have 180 centimeters equals to how many meters? Okay, so now I look over here and I have 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. So I'm going to make my chart, and I have meters and I have centimeters. And I have 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. And then I can do 2 meters equals to 200 centimeters. And I'm going to pause. I see that I have already passed it. So I know that 180 centimeters is going to be in between 1 and 2. I have to figure out a way to give you an exact number. So if I do 100 times my conversion, which is 100, I get 100 as my answer for CM. If I do 2 times 100, I get 200 for my conversion. Or I could divide and go backwards. So I could do 200 divided by 2, and I get 100. If I do 100 divided by 1, I would get 100. So if I'm going to do 1 here, and I'm going to have 180, and I'm going to divide that by 100. If I divide, notice that there's a decimal here, and I'm moving it over 2 places to make it 1. Again, here, I would move it 2 places to make it 2. So I'm going to do that same trick here. I'm going to move my decimal 2 places here, and I would get 1 8/10. So 180 centimeters is 1 8/10 of a meter. Or I could say that it is 1 meter and 80 centimeters. Okay, I know this was a little bit challenging, but I hope that you were able to follow that pattern of adding a decimal at the end, moving it over 2 to see that that's equal to 1, moving your decimal over 2 to see that that's 2, and doing it for a number that doesn't divide evenly. Okay, our second problem says, Marlene has 2 feet of ribbon to make hair bows. She wants to make 3 bows with the same amount of ribbon. How much ribbon will she use on each bow? So I've read it. Now I need to identify key information. She's trying to figure out how much ribbon she'll use on each bow. So 2 feet of ribbon, this is how much she has, 2 feet of ribbon. And she wants to make 3 bows with the same amount of ribbon. How much will she use on each bow? If I had 1 foot, 2 feet, this is my ribbon length, 1 foot, 2 foot, so I have 2 feet total. I'm going to put that as a 1 so it's not confusing, equals 2 feet. But I want to put it into three bows. I can't give this one 1 and this one 1 because this one will be left without anything. So I think that we should divide this into inches. So I'm going to split this up into inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I split it up into inches. Now I can actually take this one, give it to this one, and divide it out. So my plan is that I'm going to convert the 2 feet equals to how many inches? I know that 1 foot is 12 inches, 2 feet is 24 inches. So if I look up here, I should have 24 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I'm going to separate right now, and I'm going to do this. Sorry about that, I'm just trying to find us a few different colors. I'm going to be dividing 24 of those inches into 3 bows. I know that off the top of my head, but if you don't, I'm gonna identify each of these bows as a different color, and then I'm going to portion out how much each one gets. So the yellow one's gonna go first. They get this one, and then the blue gets the next one, and then the green. Then the yellow again, blue, green. Yellow, blue, green, yellow, blue. I almost went green before blue. Speeding up the process a little, doing a few more at a time. Okay, so now we can see how many inches does the yellow one get? It's all the yellow highlighted inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How much will the blue get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I divide 24 inches by 3 bows, each one is gonna get a bow that is 8 inches. So 8 inches per bow. Okay, you are getting out your green pen, your pencil. I'm getting out my green pen. Our first problem says, students at the Bradford School were asked to finish a painting, painting a mural in the city park. They painted 3 1/3 yards each day for 2 days. How many feet? So I need to know how many feet are in a yard. So I have 1 yard equals to 1, 2, 3 feet. Okay, so 1 yard equals to 3 feet. How many feet long was the mural when they finished? So I'm gonna make my chart. I have yards to feet. 1 yard is 3 feet, 2 yards is 6 feet, 3 yards is 9 feet, 3 1/3. How much would 1/3 of 3 feet be? If I have my yard, I have 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. So if 1/3 of those is given for 3 1/3, I'm gonna add 1 more foot to that 9 and I would get 10. So the mural was 3, nope, the mural was 10, sorry, I was gonna say 3 1/3, then I wouldn't have done any conversions. The mural was 10 feet long. Okay, we have one more problem that we're gonna do together. That one says, a carpenter was putting up a shelf. The shelf needed to be 96 centimeters long, but the piece of wood she had was 1 meter and 40 centimeters long. Her saw was 35 centimeters long. How much did she have to cut off the piece of wood? I know something in here that's not important at all, knowing how long her saw was. That doesn't help us with the problem, so I'm going to cross that off so we don't get confused. Then I'm going to see, a shelf needed to be this long. This is how much she has of wood. How much does she have to cut off? That means how much extra. So after reading this problem, I understand that I have to figure out how many centimeters I have. So I first need to convert meters to centimeters, and then I have to subtract to find the difference. So I'm going to convert this 1 meter 40 centimeters to centimeters. I know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So instead of saying 100 meters, I'm going to say 100 centimeters, but I also have those 40, so I'm going to add 40 centimeters, which will give me 140 centimeters. Now I need to take away 96 of those centimeters. I cannot take 6 away from 0, so I have to borrow. That 4 becomes a 3. This 0 becomes a 10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. And then I have 3 minus 9. I can't take 9 away from 3. So I'm going to take 1 from the 1. That becomes a 0. This 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. So how much did she have to cut off? She had to cut off 44 centimeters. And I'm just going to visually draw this out for us. So we have right here, this is going to be our 1 meter, and this is going to be the 40 centimeters. This is also equal to 100 centimeters, which is what we said. And then we're going to show, this is how, this is her 96 centimeters for her shelf. So what we're doing is we are cutting off this amount. So this amount that we cut off is equal to 44 centimeters. Okay, you have 1, 2 homework problems, and then rate your understanding.